Food waste is a huge issue within our broader agriculture system. Just in our immediate area, 26,000 people are food insecure. Clearly, there's issues with our distribution of food in this country.
When I first came here, my first week of school, a young man, a first grader, he threw a chair up against the wall in a fit of anger. And when I said, baby, what'd you do that for? He swung around without thinking and said, 'cause I'm hungry. And it was 8:30 in the morning. And it was then that I realized the impact of hunger on school behavior, on attitude that they bring to learning, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm Wanda Stewart, and I started off in this work as an urban gardener and farmer. I started doing this work because the reason I think everybody should be doing the work, I was trying to grow myself. I was feeding people I knew, mostly even from in front of my house in Berkeley, and then I'd bring some of it here. And then it occurred to me that it was a great way to make our school and all school gardens food hubs. If the people start coming here for the food that we give away, they'll also learn to associate this garden as a source for food and community and resilience.
And that's what it's all about, all of us helping one another as a community, especially during this pandemic, and making sure that just something essential as food is provided.
I'm not sure that I was aware of food waste as a big, giant issue until the pandemic, right? When everyone's trying to figure out how are we going to feed all of our people. I was invited to go into Good Eggs and start reclaiming or recovering food that they're about to throw away. They had a wall that nonprofits could come and take food from and redistribute it before it goes into the food cycle. Much of the food we go and get goes to the Wood Street encampment or other encampments where people are living unhoused. And then we bring the rest here to the school to support our families, our teachers, our neighbors, our friends. It's really high quality organic produce. There's food that is sustenance and there's food that is medicine.
So many people out here in the community don't get access to healthy foods. And so this cup of juice might be the only fresh ingredient that they're getting in their bodies that day or maybe even that week. I'm Xochitl Bernadette Moreno.
I'm Ashel Seasons Eldridge.
And we're the co-founders and co-directors of EFAM, Essential Food and Medicine.
EFAM takes surplus food from backyards, farmers, food banks, and we transform that into healthy juices, soups, smoothies, and natural medicines for the community that need it.
There are over 10,000 unhoused people throughout Oakland, and that number's rising every day.
The cool way that we support our community is just like providing what people need directly versus waiting on some other sort of organization to decide like what our medicine is or what's considered medicine or what's considered health even, because we have direct relationships with people and we can provide what they need directly.
We decided to build Hob on Wood because members of the community came to us and asked for us to help create a place where people could safely cook, where they could have access to something that we take for granted, like a kitchen. We created the physical structure of the kitchen and then started to fill it with not just the ingredients, but the skilled hands of the residents themselves.
It's nothing like having a hot meal at night when it's hella cold, you know what I'm saying? I think people are happy using it, There's people now that this is part of their routine now. They come over here in the morning to make their breakfast and stuff or make their lunch, and now that we can have fresh vegetables and cook them right, I think, people will start getting a little bit more healthy.
This is just a part of the whole ecosystem for food security and the movements towards food security is looking at the distribution, but hopefully we're doing our part on educating and enrolling people in that whole holistic process of reclaiming our relationship with the land and with the earth and with our food.
We're really hoping that by connecting people with seasonal local produce, that it not only will help their personal health, but that it will help the community health and eventually have really deep food system consequences that create a more equitable landscape for everyone. I'm Holden Bussey, and I'm the Director of Operations at the Berkeley Food Network.
My name is Grace Lau, and I'm the Food Recovery Manager here at the Berkeley Food Network. For us, we really noticed there's these dual issues of food insecurity, and there's also so much food being wasted. It's not that there's a food scarcity issue in Berkeley or in Alameda County, but it's really the logistics of there's a lot of food waste and people don't know how to get it to those in need.
For a lot of our agency partners, space, refrigeration, and cooking equipment are a huge, huge barrier to effectively feeding all the folks that they need to.
So we've really seen ourselves as being this logistical arm between producers and individuals and organizations in need.
We take donated foods that couldn't otherwise be given out to individual families, and we turn it into delicious food.
Right now we're serving about 5,000 individuals a week, which is about 3 times as much as we were serving before the pandemic.
And it's largely because our food system isn't resilient, it isn't malleable, and we have really established distribution streams that don't work for everyone.
We also work with almost like 70 mobile pantry and partner organizations who already have a client base that's comfortable with them. The mobile pantries are really good spaces to sort of distribute all of those different recovered items that we're receiving, and then clients are able to make choices of like what food items they want.
We really think that the feeding assistance industry can make huge impact, not just in being a band-aid to hunger, but really addressing more of the root causes of the disease that is food insecurity at a systemic level.
As we build trust in our community and really establish these partnerships, there's just so much more willingness and openness to rethink what food waste is and to really make our food system more circular rather than just food being produced and ending up in the landfill.
People need not just the services that we're providing, not just the physical meal, but that actual human-to-human connection, and dignity is the best medicine.
You have a sip of the juice, you automatically transform whatever state you're in, whatever energetic space you're in, because it's something immediate. So that is medicine. The food is such a nexus for community. It's immediate.
I am hopeful in the stories of little black girls with big old bows on their head who know to eat good food, and they know that it matters. And I am especially hopeful in this work of food recovery because I'm recovering food that is going to people who need medicine most, and we're gonna work that flow of both people and food to sustain us all.